Hello, Granny Smiths and Honey Crisps. I'm Honey Crypts, a lowly digital artist that follows the trials and triumphs of the art community. Today, we're going to be talking about a really big name. I have no followers, so I'm not even remotely scared of this artist's fan base because I have nothing to lose. Creepshow art allegedly got caught in a big goof last night, as of writing this script. For those of you who don't know, Creepshow is an art commentary channel, and she draws while talking about life stories and discussing drama. While the video content itself is not the most interesting, as they are all just speed paints, Creepshow is known for her humble beginnings being homeless upon starting her YouTube channel. And originally her channel started off as low quality videos that she supposedly made in a Starbucks. Something about Creepshow had to have captured her audience, right? Because I'm sorry, viewers certainly were just not there for the production quality. Creepshow garnered a following through her very strong and sometimes polarizing personality. She'll curse, she'll be crude, she comes across as very quote unquote real. And because of this, Creepshow claimed a really big stake in the commentary community. She presented popular topics such as the Onision drama, and the audience would eat it up because it felt like Creepshow was holding back no punches. And Creepshow grew very rapidly from these factors, although in more recent years has been heavily criticized about being too emotional and not owning up to her mistakes. Just go ahead and look up Creepshow art and Hopeless Peaches drama and get back to me. Anyways, Creepshow is under fire yet again as of last night. And before I get into it, I would like to preface this is all alleged. Additionally, I want to add that I am a biased party. I personally believe that Creepshow was caught red-handed in the situation. Therefore, my takes might lead you to believe the same. This is something you should be doing with any media you consume, but I want to emphasize it. Be critical of everything you hear and see. Determine what you believe to be as fact and draw your own conclusion. Do not believe me or any other YouTuber willy-nilly and scrutinize every detail yourself. This goes for everything, not just this video. Additionally, do not harass anyone in this video because we ain't about that round these parts. Additionally, let's discuss that piping hot cup. And in the script it says jasmine tea, but I'm going to change that. Let's discuss this piping hot cup of joe. Creepshow allegedly got caught pretending to be multiple different users on the anonymous forum site lolcow.farm. Upon doxing her own sister and releasing her Twitter handle, Lolcow admin revoked Creepshow's anonymity. Lolcow was able to trace which posts were Creepshow's through the use of IP address tracking, as well as through using cookies that come from the site. I'm too brain dead, and I have too few brain cells to even explain what cookies and IP addresses are. But it has been confirmed from previous users having had their anonymity revoked that Lolcow was accurate in detailing which posts were theirs. As a result, we now have this very sad compilation of comments that allegedly reveal Creepshow trash talking her friends, trash talking herself, praising herself, and using derogatory slurs. Lolcow admin have since branded all the comments that are allegedly from Creepshow with "this is not okay," a phrase found in many of her videos. With these very sad scarlet letters, we can see it unfold as Creepshow drags people whom were thought to be her friends and try to drag attention to her channel in the most negative way imaginable. It is so detrimental to the whole image Creepshow made for herself. Suddenly she doesn't seem like a truthful person, and it appears as though she acts with ulterior motives. This, in turn, makes her audience question her validity in the claims that she makes in the videos, thus destroying her chance at being a valued commentary channel. Now I'm going to show you a few comments that I believe to be the most ghastly. Talk about the response that this drama has garnered from the art community so far, and then we're going to dive into the terrible response put out by Creepshow herself. We're going to start on the bad comments first before we progress into the steaming hot garbage and ironic comments. First, her being mean to popular streamer Saikuno, which reads, "So Saikuno uses those filters that beauty YouTubers use in order to appear younger and more attractive? That's so weird. He literally has the most fucked up skin I've ever seen on an Asian man. The fact that the difference is that bad is insane. This is not okay." The next comment that I was personally shocked about looked down on a woman for a corpse husband tattoo, referring to her as being, quote, unfuckable, and it reads, "There is something so genuinely funny about a girl getting his avatar tattooed under her boobs. She'd be unfuckable at that point." Then her referring to Hopeless Peaches as a, quote, leech and a, quote, snake, and then dropping the F slur, which is a whole can of worms on its own that we're going to talk about later. Most of these, one can assume she's trying to further shift the attention to the series of videos she's made about Hopeless Peaches and the drama that they had together. However, other comments are made long before she even made those videos on the Peaches drama, which indicate Creepshow's prior disdain. Such as this comment, which reads, quote, "She sucks Creepshow's dick. Like every video she makes. Creepshow would make the same video, but with more swearing a day earlier. This is not okay." Then she continues to drag D'Angelo Wallace, who, let's be real, is a god amongst men. He's a gift to mankind. He's a beautiful angel sent from above. And it reads, D'Angelo is the guy that everyone pretends to like, but no one really does. And he tried to get in tight with a lot of them, and because he talked about drama and made Holly look like a tool, they befriend him for safety. Creepshow praises D'Angelo in numerous videos. In fact, that's how I found his channel way back when. And for her to show that she is friends with him on one front, and then to drag him on another, it makes it really difficult to determine how she actually feels about D'Angelo. And what we can determine, and I will say this as a fact, not even an opinion, if these comments really are from Creepshow, she's two-faced. She can say one thing and then do another, and this destroys, again, any validity that she has as a commentary channel. And dramas she's covered could have been biased and for personal gain. And her seemingly feminist values now seem fake upon referring to a woman in such a derogatory manner over a tattoo. And the very last example I will show of Creepshow dragging her friends online is directed towards popular commentary YouTuber Ready to Glare. Ready to Glare is a YouTuber that has collabed with Creepshow and is someone Creepshow has raved about previously in her videos. Yet despite this friendship, Creepshow describes Ready to Glare as this, quote, "She is to women are predators too, guys, as Blair White is to these trans people are weird." Even after dragging other popular YouTubers and directing inappropriate attention to her videos, Creepshow manages to take it further. There are also numerous examples in which Creepshow uses the R slur, which I shouldn't have to explain why that's a problem. And these I'm not going to read out loud for obvious reasons, but you can pause if you want to see the context. As you can see, she uses it quite liberally. But wait, there's more. What if Creepshow uses slurs on her anonymous account and tries to use the community she discriminated against for profit for that sweet, sweet internet cash? Well, look no further. In addition to the R slur, Creepshow has been cited on numerous occasions as having used the F slur, as well as various slurs used towards the transgender community. Again, I'm not going to read these out loud for obvious reasons. They make me feel icky. These are the messages that I find the most atrocious out of the bunch. And we dare discover this hatred in the beauty that is wrath. I mean, Pride Month? What really drives the nail into the coffin, however, is the money Creepshow is reaping from the LGBT plus topics, despite her derogatory language. And her very last video released as of writing this script is titled Why Pride Exists and Why Straight Pride Doesn't. This creator that casually uses such hateful words towards the trans community decided to profit with Marsha P. Johnson's image as her thumbnail. LGBT people fight all the time for rights, for respect, for media representation, hell, even for a little bit of peace and quiet. And here comes Creepshow hogging the spotlight for an LGBT topic in Wrath Month, only to be transphobic when she thinks no one is watching. And I can't express how disappointed I am in Creepshow. Creepshow's comments on Lolcow have stirred up a lot of talk, particularly on Twitter and YouTube. One of the first comments that I came upon was from Ready to Glare, who appears incredibly hurt by the ordeal and says that my heart fucking hurts. And she also said, in the last 24 hours, I've been swamped by different versions of what's going on. I'm overwhelmed. I'm going to take a step back for a bit to process. Then we have Hopeless Peaches that is flabbergasted as well, and her tweets read, I don't really know where to stand on the Creepshow art thing. I always justified in my head that the drama that tore me apart for months was just a mistake, a cluster of emotions getting too heated. To see potential proof from her that this was some kind of long game really hurts. I can't verify if this is real or not. I didn't want to post about this, but I have to admit, if everything I went through was just some long-awaited takedown, I really don't think I can forgive that. I am hoping that this isn't true and that this is some sick joke. If there's any proof that this is all a hoax, please let me know because I do want to believe this is all bullshit. While statements haven't been put out by other parties Creepshow is affiliated with, there is one notable voice that has come out, and the user is Omnia, and she was one of the very first YouTubers to come out with a video on the Creepshow drama with Lolcow. Omnia is a creator that Creepshow has praised in previous videos, and while Omnia is incredibly informational in her video on Creepshow, the video was incredibly disappointed to me as a viewer. Omnia initially spends 3 minutes of the video describing her relationship with Creepshow, showing a 2-minute long clip of Creepshow raving about Omnia. And this took up way too much video time, and I found it very oddly placed considering the content matter. It felt almost like Omnia was gloating about her positive connection with Creepshow in a way. It was really odd. I understand the need to preface that you're biased, but this was way too much. In addition to this, Omnia hardly ever details the moral problems and the potential repercussions Creepshow can have from her hateful comments. Omnia tries so hard to remain neutral that it feels like she isn't harsh enough of the Lolcow posts themselves. Instead of being more critical and scrutinizing Creepshow's alleged actions, Omnia chooses to take this weird stance of Creepshow broke Lolcow rules, and this was a point she made 2 or 3 times in her video. Due to Omnia being in Creepshow's inner circle, it was really disappointing to see information regurgitated in this lifeless fashion. Lastly, Creepshow's community post in regards to everything is just absolutely nuts. We could have accepted payment in the forms of an apology video, a twit longer apology, iPhone notes apology, or if it isn't true, we could have gotten a somewhat logical excuse. But instead, Creepshow decides to blame a stalker she claims to have had for years, but was supposedly on good terms with now. Highlighting the important parts of Creepshow's community post, she says, in reference to her stalker, because she's been posting on certain sites posing as me, spoofing my IP, doxing my family members, writing things about myself and my family, sending me death threats from other accounts, making false accounts to spam my comment section, spamming the comment sections of my friends, saying hateful things about me in order to get them to drop me, and just all around doing what she did years ago. That's not it, of course, but the amount of time and energy she has put into this is well beyond what I thought she was capable of, and as far as I can tell, she's been doing this for well over a couple of years. That is not to say I haven't messed up or been rightfully criticized, mind you. I am not blaming her for people being critical of me. I don't know how she did it. I don't know why she did it, but the moment my relative was brought up out of the blue, I knew it was her. She was literally always obsessed with my relative to the point of constantly bringing them up in our conversation, asking me about them, and using them to hurt me even in high school. And the rest, I mean, you can pause if you want to read it, but I don't need to go over it. You get the point. This isn't great, Creepshow. Only in a world in which someone conceited enough to stir up her own drama is capable of thinking that someone is obsessed with her enough to spoof her IP address and post on anonymous forums in hopes of destroying Creepshow's career. How full of yourself do you have to be to believe that someone has been spoofing your IP address for 2 years on an anonymous site? But hey, I'll play along. Okay, we're gonna go along with Creepshow's argument for a second, and let's follow that narrative. Okay, we're gonna pretend like Creepshow's telling the truth, and we'll go with that. If Creepshow has the stalker that wants to see her downfall, then why the hell does this mean old stalker praise Creepshow in some of the comments? And why does this big bad stalker go to talk shit about other art YouTubers? Like, what's the point? Especially on an anonymous website, when there's a strong chance that this stalker would have never been found out in the first place. Please explain the logic to me, because I'm not getting it and I would love to be enlightened. Anyways, that is all I have to say on the matter. Even though everything in this situation is still alleged, it is important to remain critical and hold Creepshow responsible for, at the very least, owing the public an explanation. While she did give an explanation, it still doesn't, well, explain like anything. Thank you so much for watching my very first proper video on this channel. And believe it or not, this video was not made with video editing. I currently do not have editing software. So as a result, I actually made this entire video with coding using the program Renpy. Some people pronounce it Renpy. It is a visual novel engine. It is a program in which you can use to code visual novels. So as you can see, this video looks like a visual novel. And I coded everything myself, drew all the art myself, and then I screen recorded and called it a day. This is what I have to work with. Don't let anything get in the way of letting you create content, guys. See, this is my code, just to show you the script and give you a glimpse of the behind the scenes action. Maybe with time and practice, I can add more flair to my future videos. I'm still learning. I'm not a coder at heart. Maybe I just need enough money to actually get an editing program. That'd be cool. But anyways, I'm actually just a small digital artist and animator. Very small. Some of my art is shown here on screen. My favorite programs are Paint Tool Sai on my desktop, along with Toon Boom for animation, and I use Procreate on an iPad primarily nowadays. So please check out my Twitter. It's at Honeycrips if you want to follow my art shenanigans. And thank you so much for watching.